The following organizations have provided the funding for this Into the Outdoors television series.
Wow, look at all these cows.
That's so cool.
I can't believe it's our first day working on a beef farm.
I know. We should probably go do our chores first, though.
Yeah, I guess so, but we have to come back later, okay?
Yeah.
Let's go. Oh, look at all this hay.
I know what this is for.
You do? Cool. Oh, one of our chores is to get this pen ready.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty nice cow. Let's get started.
Hey!
Hey, look over there, a pitchfork.
Awesome, let's go get it. Okay, if you're like most people, beef makes up an important part of your diet, right?
Right, especially when you're getting your body ready for hard work. But did you ever wonder what life is like working on a beef farm?
Or how cattle can actually help the environment?
Well, that's what we're going to find out together when we
Meet the meat
as we head into the outdoors.
Hey, hey, hey! Do you hear the call? Yeah! Into the outdoors! Chores are done, let's have some fun. There's so much to do and see. And the outdoors is the place to be. Into the outdoors! Come explore with me, it's a philosophy. From fun we come from. And the outdoors really has it all. Into the outdoors! Earth and sky and the wet and wild. Jump in and you will see. There's no place that you'd rather be. Into the outdoors!
Wow, those are looking great. So, we all learned about the circle of life, right? How a food chain works?
Yeah, even as little kids, we learned about two kinds of dinosaurs. Veggie eaters that ate plants. And meat eaters.
I'm not afraid of you. Well, people are omnivores. We're kind of in between. We eat both meat and veggies. So unless you're a total vegetarian, you eat meat too.
As you can see, the meat from a cow, which is called beef, happens to be one of our favorites.
But take a closer look. Any guesses what you can't see?
A way to power up with high protein?
Ah, but there's more. Beef provides you with 10, count them, 10 essential nutrients that are important to the development of both our brains and our bodies.
But what does that mean?
Well, according to the My Plate for Kids, that's us, it means choosing from the 5 different food groups each day.
Let's see. There's grains, fruits, vegetables, dairies, and proteins. Beef is a popular way to fulfill that protein. My Plate encourages us to go lean with protein.
So, you knew beef was an easy way to put some zip into your life, right?
Zip? Sure, watch this.
Well, that's zip too, but the ZIP I'm talking about is made up of zinc, iron, and protein.
Oh, I get it. Beef gives you the zip that gives your body zip. But how?
Zinc helps power your brain, especially your memory, and so that you can pay attention. It also helps your body heal when you have an injury or if you have an illness.
And we know that iron helps carry the oxygen in your blood. That's really important for your brain and body to do its best.
So, let's see. Protein can help supply energy for your body, and it keeps you strong. It can also help build and repair all parts of your body. Whoa! Beef gets an A for that.
Well, I don't think so. I give it a B.
What? A B?
A big bonus B, because beef is also a great source for your B vitamin.
Oh, so getting a B is good in this case because beef is a good source of B vitamins. They help make energy and release it when your body needs it.
I'll say, which is why we asked Emma to show us some tasty ways to stay healthy with lean beef.
What is she doing? Hey everybody, don't pull my cover. I'm on a stakeout, investigating some fun ways to eat beef. Get it? Stakeout? Okay, but seriously, whether on the go like a detective or a kid, there's lots of great ways to power up with the protein of beef.
For instance, my family likes to go to parks, camp, hike, and enjoy the great outdoors. And when you're having all of that fun in the fresh air, I can tell you from experience, you need the energy boost that comes from the zip in beef.
So I thought I'd share some favorite family recipes for your on stakeout. My dad loves to pack his hibachi everywhere from picnics to tailgating, which works for grilling anything from steaks to burgers. He uses lean cuts over a medium heat for flavorful meat.
My little brother loves his beefy sloppy joes, so we make the super and less sloppy campfire version. On the other hand, my older brother is a fan of the meatloaf sandwich.
I admit, I think they're pretty awesome too. But he likes his with barbecue sauce and pepper jack cheese. I like mine straight up with ketchup. Ketchup is in a food group, right? And lastly, my all-time favorite way to eat beef on the go, a picnic roast.
My mom slow cooks lean beef tenderloin to medium rare. She cools it in the fridge and then slices it thin.
Hey, I gotta get back to my stakeout. I'm working here. Back to those other guys. What are you doing? We just ate hamburgers.
That last bit made me hungry. Didn't watching all that make you hungry?
Hey, I don't have a beef with you.
Ooh, that's rare.
Ha, good one. Or should I say, well done.
I prefer my burgers medium well, thank you.
Speaking of hamburgers,
Did you know that Seymour, Wisconsin is known as the home of the hamburger? It's said that Hamburger Charlie created the first burger in 1885 at a fair in Seymour. He was selling meatballs, but they were too hard for the strolling fairgoers to eat on the go. So 15-year-old Charlie Nagreen smashed 2 beef patties between 2 pieces of bread and dubbed them hamburgers. The town even holds a burger festival on the first Saturday of August each year. Would you believe that they even serve up a 150-pound burger at the event? What a fantastic way to celebrate one of America's favorite ways to eat beef.
Okay, so if you'd like beef recipes, nutrition information, or to learn more about the Burger Festival, hey, just log on to intotheoutdoors.org. Coming up next, it's time for a cattle call. Well, we'll call on some cattle. We're finding out more about this beef story by going to where it all starts.
Don't go away, there's more.
Into the outdoors!
And now back.
Into the outdoors!
time to play Name That Beef Cow.
What?
Come on, it's fun. We play it all the time on family road trips. Each time you pass a farm, you have to guess what kind of cattle are raised there.
How now, brown cow?
No, see the color. It's a black.
Angus!
Right, and those ones with the white faces out there are white face.
Hereford! I know that one. I got this game down pat.
Okay, smarty, but did you know that the various types of beef differ in taste? Plus, the way the animals were raised and fed add to the differences too.
That makes sense. I know that some cattle are raised on pastures their entire lives. The beef from these animals is called? Any guesses? It's grass-finished beef.
Other cattle spend most of their lives on pastures, but for a time they're fed a mixture of grass and grain. The meat from these animals is called grain-fed beef.
I get it. What they eat gives the meat different flavors. Cool.
Okay, so depending on the type of beef you chose, how can you guarantee it's safe to eat?
It's safe because of a safety promise that starts right here on the farms and continues through every step of the food chain, all the way to the store.
Let's get the whole story from our investigative reporter, Maddie.
I told you guys to stop playing with your food. I mean, come on. Cows. Hey guys, I'm here to tell you that, wow, the cow is an amazing creature. Here's what I found out.
The cattle live the majority of their lives in pastures, where they eat grass, something we as humans can't digest. Cattle basically convert indigestible plant nutrients into human food. I know I'd rather eat beef instead of grass. Cow-calf operations are farms and ranches that have cows that give birth to calves that grow into beef animals. Most of them are family-owned. The people who live there are dedicated to caring for the animals and the land. On a beef farm, the calves are allowed to drink their mother's milk until they are about 7 months old. Then they are weaned and graze in pastures until they are about 12 to 16 months old.
At this point, they are relocated to an area like this one, where they're closely watched and fed a well-balanced diet for continued growth.
Once they get to the feed yard, the cattle are carefully unloaded, examined, and grouped by weight.
They don't graze at the feed yard. Instead, they are fed a scientifically formulated diet. Plus, they have constant access to water. Just like humans need a balanced diet, so do cattle.
Respect and good treatment of the cattle are important at each step of the process, so veterinarians give the animals vaccinations to maintain their health. When the cattle are between 18 to 22 months old and weigh about 1,300 pounds, they are typically considered finished.
It's at this point that they are transported to processing plants, where they are humanely made into the meat that we eat.
At the processing plants, there are many steps taken to make sure the beef is safe for consumption, such as veterinarian inspections, fast and powerful cooling methods, and special organic washes to kill any harmful bacteria. The meat then goes to another processing facility where the workers skillfully cut and sort the individual steaks and roasts and ground beef we eat. Finally, the beef is sent to supermarkets and restaurants, where it is refrigerated and kept cool to ensure a safe quality product for shoppers to buy.
After all, these incredible beef animals provide us with food to eat. So that's why I say, wow, that cow! And wow to everyone who helps bring safe and nutritious beef to our tables. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Maddie.
Hey, Maddie didn't mention what happened to the lost cattle, did she?
No, what happened?
That's the problem. Nobody's heard.
Ugh, I fell into that one, didn't I?
Yep, kind of stepped in it. And Noble, I think it's time for some fast facts.
That's 30 seconds of fun facts about our meaty topic. Go!
In 1493, Christopher Columbus introduced cattle to the Western Hemisphere on his second voyage to the New World. Cattle recycle and provide us with a very nutritious food by eating and converting unused human food, such as discarded vegetables and seeds, which greatly reduces the amount of waste that goes into our nation's landfills. Would you believe that cattle are firefighters too? By grazing, they reduce the length of the grass, which helps reduce the spread of wildfires. Besides feeding people, there are hundreds of products that are partially made from the fats or proteins that come from cattle, like lotions, deodorants, glue, and crayons. Leather comes from cattle and is used to make clothing, shoes, boots, belts, purses, wallets, gloves, sporting equipment, and more.
Done! Wow, you really beefed up those 30 seconds of facts.
Hey, if you'd like more facts on beef, just log on to intotheoutdoors.org.
Now I'll bet the farm that you stay tuned, because after the break, we're heading out to meet some kids and discover what it's like working on a beef farm.
Don't go away, there's more.
Into the outdoors!
And now back.
Into the outdoors!
Welcome back to the show, where we meet the meat. And what better place to find out how the whole process starts than right here on a beef farm? To get the inside scoop on what it's like to live and work here, we're checking in with the extraordinary families who raise the cattle here. So come on.
This is my old show heifer, Barbara. She's 5 years old this year. We mainly raise Angus, but we have a few cows that we have kept that have been good with white faces that were crossbred, so. These are kind of shy calves, so if you want to stand out of the way, I'll bring them out so we can see them. That has grain in it. We have to fill it. We pour sacks of feed in there. They mainly eat that and drink milk from their moms. These are our automatic waters. You can see it's kind of cold out here, but we make sure every morning with our morning chores that there is no ice-covered water, so they have access to drink as much water as they want.
We work together to get stuff done, so it's kind of like teamwork.
Me, my dad, and my other sister and brother work around the barn. We help sort cattle. You need 3 people at least to sort cattle, 1 washing the gate and 1 bringing them through. After all the cattle finish their grain, they get hay. We keep the hay in this shed just so it doesn't get wet. This is grass and a little bit of alfalfa. The alfalfa gives a little bit more energy and fills them up. I like these 2 the best because they have such different personalities than any others we've had before.
You know, I think I'm getting pretty good at this. If I came to work here, what would you have me do?
There's always one job to be done. Here, take this.
Wait, what do I scoop up with this?
Oh, just go walk out in the pasture. You'll find something you can do.
Oh no. I thought this job would be more glamorous. Bye guys, see you later. Wow, those kids sure work hard on their family farm. But hey, they get to be part of something really cool.
Yeah, this beef industry is pretty complex when you stop and think about it.
And that it takes a lot of different people working in different jobs to deliver safe beef products across the country.
Yeehaw! Sounds like we're paying a quick visit to the career corral. I mean, corner.
All right, so far we've seen cow-calf producers, veterinarians, feed yard caretakers, processing plant employees. But any guesses on some other jobs in the industry that aren't so obvious? Well, like any field, there are cattle scientists too. Some work on animal genetics so that the farmers can raise the best beef animals. USDA inspectors are a vital part in overseeing the processing plant's safety, quality, and animal welfare standards. Even bankers help the families who raise beef to make sure their businesses stay profitable. Not to mention those folks behind the meat counter in the grocery store. Or the chefs who prepare outstanding meals for customers at the restaurants we eat at. Phew! There are hundreds, if not thousands, of careers that play important roles in the beef industry.
Who knows? Maybe someday you'll be a part of it too. Now that was awesome.
It really was. If you'd like to learn more about living or working on a beef farm, why not log on to intotheoutdoors.org?
Stay with us. Next, we're going to break down cuts of beef and learn how to read those grocery store labels so you can be a smart consumer. No bull.
Don't go away, there's more.
Into the outdoors!
And now back.
Into the outdoors!
Okay, time to beef up your knowledge of today's meaty topic.
Sure, that's easy. Look, it's right here. Open almost any cookbook and you'll find, aha, a beef section.
See? Most of it's right there about the cuts of beef you can buy at your grocery store. More than 29 beef cuts are lean according to government guidelines, like T-bones, sirloin, and tenderloin, my favorite.
Let's see. Between these cuts, nutrition labels, and the differences in how the beef was raised, it can seem like you're deciphering complicated code.
It's okay. Chill. Maddie will break it down for you so you don't look like a laughingstock.
After this, you'll be able to give your own mom a beef tip or two.
Hey guys, if you check out a chart in a cookbook or stand in front of a meat counter, you might wonder how you'll ever figure out what's what when it comes to choosing beef. Well, no worries. I'm here to help.
Let's start at the beginning with the bovine. Bovines are the scientific name for cattle which are raised for beef and dairy products. All cows produce milk. Dairy cows are raised so their milk can be used in dairy products, while beef cows use their milk to nurse their calves. Beef cattle are raised so that we can have meat to eat, but dairy cows might also enter the food chain after their milk production years are complete. There are more than 70 different breeds of cattle in the United States. Some of the more common beef cattle breeds include Angus, Charolais, Hereford, Limousin, and Simmental. Cattle farmers have been working for hundreds of years to breed cattle that yield the highest quality animal for human consumption. Did you know that cattle are ruminant animals? Yeah, it's pretty cool. It means that they have a unique digestive system. They have a 4-chambered stomach that allows them to break down grass and hay that many other animals can't get nutrition from, like us. As cattle grow, they eat different types of feeds to get important nutrients that they need to gain the appropriate amount of weight and muscle mass. Different choices of beef refer to how the cattle were fed throughout their life. But when it comes to nutrition, there are no significant differences in the beef from animals raised in different ways. The goal of beef farmers is to provide their customers with the grain-fed, grass-finished, certified organic, or natural beef they prefer. Grain-fed beef is the most widely produced type of beef across the United States. They spend much of their lives eating grass in pastures, then move to a feed yard, where they receive a healthy, balanced diet, such as whole plant corn silage, corn stalks, and lots of forages, such as hay. So, we learned that grass-finished beef means that the cattle were raised on pasture for their entire lives. Then, there's certified organic beef that must come from cattle that meet extra USDA requirements. They must be fed 100% organic feed. Plus, they may not be given hormones to promote growth or antibiotics for any reason. Basically, people buy beef based on their tastes, lifestyle, and budget. The different choices in beef products results from the different ways that cattle are fed and raised. When it comes to a bovine, the specific terms for different parts of the animal are used to help farmers, veterinarians, and scientists clearly understand each other. And many of these terms have been used for hundreds of years. Some are also used to describe the many different cuts of beef that you're able to buy at the store. If you're looking for leaner cuts, choose cuts with the word round or loin in its name. If you'd like a suggestion for how to cook a specific cut of beef, heck, most of the time you can get suggestions from the people at the meat counter in your local grocery store. They're pretty helpful.
So you want to sear it, and then sear it again, and then it's cut to stand. Yeah, you cook it like that. You might have to move it around so it'll stay like that.
So now that you know what all these terms mean, you can show off your skills by helping your mom or dad pick out some lean beef for dinner. Now, I gotta go tend some cattle. Come on, let's go. See ya!
Wow, that's information you don't want to chuck away.
We're just ribbing you.
Seriously though, we hope you've enjoyed meeting the meat.
Plus, meeting all the interesting people in science in today's beef industry. Maybe someday you could be a part of that.
See you next time
For another adventure into the outdoors!
The following organizations have provided funding for this Into the Outdoors television series.